Alright guys, welcome back. Well, I can't say welcome back because it's been almost a year since my last successful video on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and kick off this brand new year of 2018 by doing, well, it's kind of delayed of 2018 stuff, but tips and tricks of amateur, well I can't say amateur, but amateur and some experienced filmmakers kind of probably should know at this point. So we're going to kick off to number 1. Do not do anything super complex to your crew and your cast. It is a painful thing to do. It is better doing something simple. It's quick and easy. But you might complain, well, I don't want to do quick and easy. Well, guess what? One film that is a very good idea, realistically, it takes 2 months, alright? 2 months to start scripting and finish filming. School project, whatever, you name it. Too much time frame, and once it's after you're done filming and everything and start editing, it's kind of doesn't look that great after all in your head. Like, it was big and nice and wow, and then you just kind of see it as it kind of drains away. You kind of regret doing some stuff and you wish you can have more experience with some materials or equipment. As you make a bunch of short films, simple and nice and easy, you can probably get 4 or 6 done within 2 months. So you have 4 to 6 times more experience because you made 4 to 6 times more films in that 2-month time period. So the more films you do, the more experience you have of what to start and end goal is. You know more experience with acting. You know more experience with pretty much everything. Alright, so what is number 2 on my list? Because I said it would correlate to number 1. Man, I've heck of an attitude today. But anyways, number 2, what I plan is for... Alright, first of all, none of these are in order, none of these are ranked, so just gonna get that out there. I forgot to mention that. Number 2 is when you get done with your film. So once you get done with your film, it's where to... I guess it's also when you get done and when you start the next one. So there's multiple internet tools, there's multiple things you can do to get your film published, and brought to public. YouTube is probably the best and easiest one. Another thing a lot of people like to say is when you actually go for the movie theater type of things, is what makes a short film from a full feature film. A full feature film is anywhere between 90 minutes to 2 to 3 hours. A short film is anything below 45 minutes and a couple of minutes. But a lot of movie theaters would ask for anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes, but prefer 15. Why? Because once the movie ends, you're going to have like a period of time where it has a break for people to clean up and for people to come in and watch the short films and commercials, because those commercials has special leaks that you don't see on TV. I think that's how it works. I don't know. But during that time between the 2 films, your film or anyone else's short films that is validated to be shown during those 2 times will be seen. And that's how you get these bigger producers and recommendations from other people to do a bigger film. So that's why a short film is very important to do at the early stage. Because when you're a small titan or a small company and you get eyes from big companies, it means you have something good. And once that happens, you know you're doing something right and you're moving somewhere in life. Number 3. My number 3 on this list, which is, by the way, is not rated or ranked, by the way, it is gears and equipment. Do not struggle too much on it. Realistically, you just need a camera and actors, and you still make a film. Because you can't have an actors with a camera and call it a film. Because if you're not recording it, then it can't be a film. It's going to be like a play. And you can't just have a camera and have... That's a lie, you guys. Just have a camera, that's all you need. You need a camera that can tell us a story. How's that? Okay, so before I go more in depth with that and get myself confused and lost in that world, let's bring it back to Gears equipment. Now, do not expect us short filmmakers as a whole to have the same amount of equipment that a Hollywood producer might have. There's a huge difference between them and us. With us, we don't have that nice budget to spend that nice equipment on. And some of us are now getting phones now these days, which has a decent quality or good quality of cameras to record. And most of these newer phones, I think anything after 2010 can record 4K. I might be wrong on that. It might be 2013 too. Can record up to 4K. Now, just because your phone or your camera can record at 4K doesn't mean you should record at 4K. One, it's going to put a lot of stress on your device and your softwares. And if your computer cannot handle it, then you just got broken footage because you can't use it. So you have to convert that footage down to a lower grade so the computer can actually use it. Which means you're losing data and resolution, of course. So when should you record at a higher resolution than you need to? I would like to say that, okay, 4K is nice, okay? It's 4,000 by 2,000 pixels. Compared to 1080, which is 2,000, just below 2,000 by 1,000. So a 4K file is supposed to be, quick math it's supposed to be 4 times bigger than 1080, but realistically it's only about 2K wise. 2 times, not 2K. So with the 4K file being 2 times bigger than 1080 and more in depth, you can zoom in a lot better. So that 4K file, with being so massive, you can zoom in and have it on a specific area you want your viewers to see or your audience to see. So you can just simply have it float across. So if I were to spin this camera and showcase the sky, and I record it 4K, I can have it zoomed in for a special effect, like a Superman effect where it's going through the clouds, or an airplane, or anything that needs to go through there, like birds. And you can have it zoom in, you can have it across the screen, and with that 4K file, it's nice because it's so big that you can have it just go across the screen for a couple of seconds. So that's the only reason why you need 4K, is just because it's so big of a scene that you can have, and it's just, just move around. It sounds super complicated. I'll make a special video going in depth on that. But yeah. So next up on my list, location. Now, some people might undergo location as nothing to the storyline. I know some people that said that, or some people that did that. Location is a very key aspect to your story, and also how you use that setting and location. Because let's just say I have a character that goes this way, and the next scene he goes that way, but the story still tells he's going that way. Now, if you draw on a map, okay, remember, draw the character's motion on the map. Make sure it seems, I want to say legit, but also correct. It can't just have a character that goes down this street and then turn around to go this way in order to go forward. You can't go backwards to go forward. It's logic that doesn't work. So when you do your locations, make sure you know how your characters are going from the previous scene or previous area of that same exact scene. Scene, not zine. Scene. Scene is not also just doing that. Scene is also where you're at and how it's being filmed. Like in those woods, there's not a lot of lights in there because, well, it's somewhat dense. So with the big old sun, it's nice and cloudy out today. So going in the woods would even be darker than it would be today with the sun out. So the light contrast would be a little bit more, but it's also be harder to see certain things. So hence the reason why my mouth is open, where the sun wouldn't have an issue casting shadows over certain areas. Your setting can also be something as recording next to an active road. If you're trying to hear the guy saying words and traffic is all you hear, then you should you go back to post-production and redo it that way, or just simply go to a different street. Now you keep seeing my eye dodge over there. Well, I would show you, but there's a nice little puff of smoke popping up, going up, motioning, going up, I guess. Cut this part out. Location is not something that is also physical, it's also something you experience. Now, you can be at Area 51 border where you can film and so do stuff without being in trouble by Area 151 guards and patrol. Area 51 is a hot place. May I say there's no clouds. It's a raw sun on your back and you're out in the desert where it's super dry. Do not wear winter gear. Where you're in Alaska, if you're wearing a t-shirt and shorts and you're perfectly comfortable, first of all, there's something wrong with you. Second of all, please dress appropriate to your scenes and locations, to your sets. Let's be careful what you're wearing and what you're doing, because if you're out on the streets with not telling anyone that the guns you're using in that film or the explosions or stunts and acting for a film, you might have some backup of timing for cops pulling up and you have to answer questions up to half an hour or plus. And you need to know more, because you can, okay, I'm going off track if I do that. Because if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just going out there, alright, we're going to film on that street and we're going to go over there, and then something went wrong or something went right, but people came up and you guys just couldn't finish that what you guys were trying to do. It's an issue I avoid a lot. It's an issue that I don't have much an issue with because I try to avoid it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I know this video is super long and all, but we're on number 4. But number 5 is quick and easy, okay? I promise you that. It's quick and easy. It's 30 seconds, okay? I'll make number 5 30 seconds long. Because I don't have an outro, but I'll figure out one before then.
What's wrong, doggy? What's wrong? Come here. Oh yeah, another trick tip. Be careful when you zoom in a lot. If you zoom in way too much, like right now, this is a 30mm camera at 164. Just, you know, a 20% difference in zooms. Like if you do a 30 to 50, that's fine, but let's not max it out on your camera. It's not good.